Okay, look, in one hand, I've got a $20 bill. It's filthy, it's finite, and if you lose it, well, it's gone forever. And in the other hand, a database update, an entry in a log file. It's clean, it's instant, and it moves billions of dollars without a single armored truck in sight. We're all told we're moving towards digital cash, but what are we actually moving?
So let's just get right to the dirty little secret they don't exactly advertise. When you tap your phone to send your friend 20 bucks for dinner, you're not sending money. Not at all. The entire concept is an illusion. Just a cheap bit of digital sleight of hand built on a really convenient lie.
So, if you're not sending money, what in the world is actually happening? Well, the secret is as simple as a poker night. It's not about moving cash around, it's about keeping a tab. And the whole thing boils down to rows in a database.
Right, the fancy technical term for this is a closed-loop ledger, but forget that. Just imagine a poker night. You owe me 20 bucks, you don't get up and hand me cash, you just say, hey, put it on my tab. And I just scribble a little note, you're minus 20, I'm plus 20. That's it. No real money moved, it's just an IOU, an agreement between us. And that, right there, is exactly what these apps are doing, just on a ridiculous scale.
This is the magic they sell you, a single entry in a database. Your account, minus 20. Friend's account, plus 20. See? It's not a money movement, it's a data movement. They built a giant, glorified spreadsheet in the cloud to get around using the ancient, clunky ACH system, which, by the way, is a mainframe relic from the 70s. The only time they bother with real money is when you finally decide to cash out to an actual bank.
Okay, so now that you know the trick, let's look at the players, because the app you use to manage these digital IOUs, well, it's a personality test. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can tell you exactly what year you were born just based on which one you use.
And here they are, the four horsemen of digital cash. You've got PayPal, the lumbering beast from 2002 that none of us can escape. Venmo, where you turn your finances into a public performance with pizza emojis. Cash App, the bank for people who hate banks. And Zelle, Zelle. That's the establishment finally deciding to fight back. Each one has its own tribe and its own, let's say, inconvenient truth.
First up, the original sin, PayPal. Why do you have an account? Because you bought a Beanie Baby on eBay back in 2002 and you just never left. It's built like a tank on these ancient, monolithic Oracle databases. It's slow, it's clunky, it's safe, and let's be honest, at this point, it's basically a bank.
And then we got Venmo, the socialite of the group. This is for the generation that looked at private financial transactions and thought, you know what this needs? A public audience. Because apparently all your friends desperately need to know that you paid for brunch with a little beer emoji. Venmo's big innovation wasn't technical at all. It was just turning a boring accounting ledger into a social feed. Genius, I guess.
Next, you've got the Revel, Cash App. This is the app for a generation that, frankly, trusts big banks about as far as they can throw them. And I get it. It's simple, it's fast, and it lets you gamble on Bitcoin. But here's the real kicker. For millions of its users, Cash App isn't just an add-on to their bank account, it is their bank account. The whole thing.
But here's the thing, while all these startups were busy building their shiny little IOU ecosystems, the old guard, the actual banks, they finally woke up and decided to fight back. And their weapon of choice is the one app on this list that's actually fundamentally different.
And you really need to get this distinction, because it's crucial. PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, they are all just walled gardens full of IOUs. Zelle is different. It's not another ledger of who owes who. It is a direct pipeline connecting the bank's ancient mainframes. So when you use Zelle, you are actually moving money from one bank account to another, almost instantly, for real this time. And that totally explains who uses Zelle, right? There's no new app to download, no new password to forget. It just lives inside the banking app that people already use and, for whatever reason, trust. It's the banking system finally getting its act together and using its own dusty old infrastructure to compete.
So, there you have it. The legacy system, the social network, the rebel bank, and the establishment's pipeline. 4 different ways to move value around. But 3 of them, they're all running on that same poker night secret. It is all just data. Which, really, leads to the one question you should be asking yourself.
So right now, when you pull out your phone and you look at that balance in your app, what is that number, really? It's not dollars sitting in a vault somewhere with your name on it. So what is it? What are you actually holding?
It's an IOU. That's it. It's a promise, a number in some tech company's database that says they owe you money. It's just a really, really sophisticated entry on a global tab. And your trust in that little promise, well, that's the real price you pay for all this convenience.